I gotta do it. It just needs to be done, and by the end of this video we are gonna be fully able to use that new compressor. But hey, what is up guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to my videos. Now in the last video I showed you guys my new compressor and I want to start using it. I do have an idea of where I'm gonna run all of the air lines for the compressor, but I still need to go buy all the materials and do all of this. But I just want to give you guys a quick walkthrough of what I plan on doing in today's video. Now if you guys haven't watched the video of me explaining why I got this compressor, go ahead and check it out. Now since this compressor is the workshop compressor, it is gonna need some air lines in order for me to have it fully operational. A lot of people run air lines throughout their shops, so basically that's what I gotta do. On the side of the compressor you have, I don't know what this is called, but I'm just gonna call it the outlet. So I need to run some piping through here and then extend it to wherever I'm gonna want my air lines. So my intention is to run the pipe out through there, make it run all the way across up to here, and I plan on putting a fitting there and there so I can have two more air hoses in the shop. That way I can just quickly release it from here and bring it over here, or if I want to do something over there by my workbench, I could just have the air hose up there. Now I don't know if it all makes sense to you guys right now, but it's gonna be pretty cool. I am gonna be able to do a lot more stuff with this compressor. Right now I'm gonna run to the hardware store and there's a couple things that I need to buy for this compressor, and I'm gonna show you guys what those things are as soon as I get them. I went ahead and searched up which stores have the pieces that I was looking for and which ones had the best prices. So these are the stores that we are now gonna be headed to. So sit back and enjoy today's video. Alright, we just made it back and I was only able to get certain parts. I still need to get the piping, but I wanted to put this first and then start the measurements of the piping. So I know it doesn't make sense right now, but once we get into it, it'll make a lot more sense. So I just want to show you guys really quick what I got. This is the setup that I'm gonna run from the compressor to the air lines. I still need to run the air lines, the air filters, and then not only that, I need the actual compressed air hoses. But I'm gonna set this on the compressor right now. I'm gonna do it piece by piece so that you guys can see. This is gonna be connected to the compressor. I wanna extend it out a little with this pipe, and then I'm gonna put it in this T-fitting. This T-fitting is gonna go, it's gonna go right here, and it's gonna be facing up and down because I do plan on running the air lines up and then across the garage that way. So I decided to put that there. This hose is gonna connect to this. This is so that whenever the compressor vibrates, it doesn't vibrate the pipes with it. And then I'm gonna connect this to the pipes. And then since this hose is a 3/8 and this is a 1/2 inch, you need a special fitting. And then I'm gonna connect it to this adapter, and then that's gonna connect to the air lines. By the way, this is the pipe that we're gonna be running across the whole garage. Here's the serial number or whatever that is. It is a 1/2 inch. I want 1/2 inch all around the garage, but this is how it's gonna be on the compressor. All right, so now the first issue we're gonna run into is this drywall is in the way. So I'm just gonna go ahead and cut around it. That way we can get more space to work with. I'm gonna use my Ryobi electric saw. This is my dad's, but he's okay if I use it. Now we can start adding the parts. This is gonna be the first piece I'm gonna put. So this is gonna connect to this. What it allows me to do is it allows me to shut the air off so no more can go past this point, and then from there we're gonna add the rest of the parts. Gonna use my adjustable wrench to guide me throughout this whole process. I'm also gonna put this pink tape. It's just so that I can make sure I don't have any leaks. I read that the pink is made for water and air, so this is the one I'm gonna use, not the blue one. Now I'm gonna put the on and off valve. All this is gonna do is allow the air to go by, and then if I ever want to close it, I can do just that, as you guys can see. So that's what this is for, is just so that you can open and close the airway. I'm gonna attach this to this. So now that we got the ball valve kit installed, we can go ahead and start adding our tubing systems. Alright, so we got this installed now. Now whenever there's water trapped in here, we can just let it drain out. I'm just gonna leave it like this in case I also want to extend for some reason the airline. So for now, I'm just gonna keep it like this. Alright, so now that that's installed, we can actually start running our airlines. Now, what I plan on doing first is putting a hose in between the airlines and the compressor. Again, whenever the compressor vibrates, it's probably gonna vibrate the airlines with it. So I don't want it to be that noisy in here. So in order to reduce vibration, we're gonna put this on there next. Now that I have this workbench, I can use it to actually lay out my parts. But I just took this out. I just wasted so much time and money building this pipe setup just to realize it's all wrong. So let me show you guys what I mean. So this is the piping that connects to the compressor. From here, I was planning on attaching this air hose to this piping so that no vibration would travel to the air pipes. But what I realized is that I'm going from a 3/8 setup down to a 1/4 setup and then all the way up to a 1/2 inch setup. And what's wrong about that is I feel like I'm gonna restrict a lot of air going into the 1/2 inch tubes just because the hole starts off really small and then it goes up to a really big tube. I was guiding myself based on another person's setup, but when I realized that I can just do a 1/2 inch setup all the way to the compressor, so do this a 1/2 inch and then do everything that's on here a 1/2 inch as well, I figured I could just do that instead of what I got going on right here, because I feel like from this point we're fine, but once we reach this point right here, it's restricting a lot of air from going into here. So it would overall work a lot better if we just do a 1/2 inch setup. All that this is doing is guiding the air, so because it guides the air into this system right here, I feel like it's again gonna restrict a lot of air from entering the 1/2 inch tubes. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna run to the store, get all of these pieces in a 1/2 inch, and then I'm gonna reinstall them on the compressor. But I'm gonna still do the exact same setup. It's just that the only thing that I'm changing is gonna be the size. I'm gonna replicate this but with a 1/2 inch, and I'm gonna put them on right now. Once I get to this point, that's when I'm gonna show you guys what I was gonna do next. I just realized that I need to put my air regulator right here. So before I put this fitting on there all the way, I'm gonna run a Harbor's Freight and buy a air regulator, and I'm gonna put that in between the valve and then the rest of the pipes. What that air regulator is gonna do, it's just gonna help me adjust how much air I want flowing throughout the pipes. I want to put it right here. Alright, we just made it back. I ended up buying this regulator and filter from Harbor's Freight. So let's go ahead and slap this bad boy on. Alright, so this is how we are currently looking. The pipe's gonna go up, and I'm probably gonna run it next to this board, and then I'm just gonna have another open valve down there so all the water can come out. I'm gonna put that on right now. Alright, so this is what the setup looks like. I was actually able to put the air hose and then all of the fittings that connect to the air hose. But I just want to explain to you guys why I chose this setup. And we're going to start off with the valve right here. So The reason that I put this valve right here is so that in case any of these parts need to get replaced, I can just shut the air like so, and then I can obviously replace whatever parts I need to replace. And then the reason why this air regulator is right here is because this is gonna allow me to control how much air I want going through these air lines, and there's no point putting it over there if the air starts right here. So that's the reason why I put this right here, so that I can control how much air is gonna go out through these air lines. And then I connected it to this T-fitting because I need to guide the air up and then across like that. So that's the reason why we put that T-fitting. This is supposed to prevent any air or moisture from going into the air lines, but in case any moisture does go through, I can just release this right here like so, and then all the water is just gonna pour out through here because the air tubes are going up. Gravity is gonna feed all of the water down, so it's basically gonna keep all of the water trapped right here. And in order for me to release it from here, I can just open my valve and then let all the water either drip or blow out because of the air. Now for our actual airlines, this is where it's gonna start. It's gonna connect to this, and then this right here is gonna go up there like this, and then it's gonna start guiding the air that way. So what I'm gonna do right now is I'm just gonna start setting up all of the piping. But before I do that, I do gotta move a lot of stuff out of the way, just because there's gonna be nails that are gonna run into the pipes, and then there's also like stuff that my dad has like around the walls, just things that are gonna get in the way of me putting the pipes up there. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna remove everything that's gonna get in my way. That way I can start and just go ahead and finish without worrying about anything else. I am gonna show you guys really quick the pipes that I got. By the way, we got La Mama Lona here, but that is gonna be the pipes right there. But the thing that I'm gonna use to clip them to the wall is these things right here. So these are especially made for 1/2-inch piping. So all I gotta do is put this here. Let me show you guys. All I gotta do is put this on the pipe like so, and then I can mount it onto the wall. But it's just gonna take too long to explain if I showed you guys every single little bit. So once it's all done and set up and mounted onto the wall, I'll explain to you guys and give you guys an update on why I went with this setup. So I'm gonna put you guys on my GoPro right now, so enjoy the time lapse. Now I went ahead and already checked for any leaks that we had on the air pipes. Luckily we don't have any, but I just want to give you guys that proper walkthrough of my setup. The first thing is gonna be obviously the air pipes. So at first I was gonna have the air pipes run this way, all the way to connect to this hose right here, because my plans were to just use this hose and connect the air pipes through that way. But because we have this pipe right here that's connected to all of the wiring, it was gonna get in the way, so we weren't gonna be able to do it that way. So I ended up just switching it up and made it go the other way. We don't have anything in our way on this side of the wall, so I went ahead and just put our pipes here. Now for my piping, I already showed you guys this setup right here. All I got is my air regulator and my hose. That's gonna control all of the air going through the pipes. For my pipes, I got a 1/2" black steel cut pipe, and that's basically what I got all over across to my garage up to that point right there. I figured since we were already gonna have air on this side of the garage, we might as well use it. So I went ahead and got a air hose to get mounted onto this side of the garage. This is going to be a 50 feet dual 1/2" air hose. I have it connected down to this 1/4 adapter. This blue thing here is just an air filter so that no water or moisture goes into my tools. But I decided to put this on this side of the garage. The air line's going this way. I ended up putting a T-fitting there, so it ended up guiding it this way. And as you guys can see, I put an elbow right there, and then I had the air pipes, and I had the pipes keep going this way. I ended up putting another T-fitting there so that I could connect another air hose here. Now I wanted an air hose somewhere near my workspace. I wanted something I can easily access. Don't get me wrong, I can use those things right now and I can just pull them up to the point where I can use them here, but I don't want to do that. That's why I decided to put another air hose right here. And then in case I gotta fill up my tire with air or something, I can just drag it outside of the garage and fill whatever I need to fill up here. This is just a 25 feet. That one and that one are both 50 feet, so those are twice as big as this one. But again, I don't plan on using this one on stuff over here, just on whatever I got going on here. And then I had the airline run all the way up to here. This is the first ever air hose that I bought. I bought this with my brothers, and we bought it for that compressor right there. We didn't like the fact that we had an air hose laying around all the time, that we had to use a air hose. So we ended up chipping in to buy this 50 feet Husky retractable air hose. All these things do is you can pull them up to, again, 50 feet, and then they come right back. It just helps keep this garage a lot more organized. And don't get me wrong, even though you're still gonna have the air hose on the floor when you remove a lot of it, it's good to know that you can just pull it and then it'll go right back to where it belongs. And it's always in the same spot every single time, which is what I love. You don't gotta go around looking for it. It's already gonna be in the exact same spot every single time. But I ended up connecting this to a T-fitting there, and then I ended up putting the plug right there so that in case I do plan on extending the airline this way, I can do that. I do plan on removing this desk at some point and putting a sandblasting booth right here. So in the future, when I do get my sandblaster, I'm gonna connect it to those airlines right there. That's why I decided to put a plug right there. I have, again, like I said, my air hose right here. I wanted it to be in the same spot as that one. I wanted them to be across from each other, and I'm actually pretty happy with how this came up. I have never done something like this before, and now that it's all set up, I'm really proud of myself. I'm really excited to try all of these things out. Like, all of that hard work paid off, you know what I'm saying? So for everybody that has ever been in this garage knows how this garage used to look, and honestly, it's improving little by little. We're making it exactly how we want it, and we're slowly but surely getting to the point where it's gonna be a workshop, you know? So, but yeah, that is basically gonna be it for today's video. All I wanted to do for this video was get it ready and set up so that it could be ready to be used, and we did just that. Everything came out exactly how I would wanted it to. But yeah, guys, we got air now, so that's pretty dope. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.